Hi, I'm Keith, and welcome back to the channel, or as I like to call it, the ramblings of a madman. I made this mistake last week, and I referred to March as half-measure March, or mediocre March, when someone in the comments was kind enough to point out March of progress. Because despite how I feel I've been doing overall, I am doing a lot better than I was doing in January and February. And to point of fact, if you've been watching since I've been back in September, you might recall me saying that there were 2 failed attempts at getting started in 2025 before I finally got started in September. And the first came in March of 2025. I lasted barely a week because my back went out. And as it happens, I have one video clip from me, getting started. And this was only supposed to be like the first clip. And the idea was to film a little bit each week till I had an actual video. But this is as far as I got. Stupid me, standing at the fairgrounds with a stupid look on my face, getting ready to take a walk. But that was last year. And this year, despite the rough start at the beginning, I'm turning it around and I'm getting back on track, and I am making some level of progress. Any progress is good progress. Every walk you take is progress. Every time you say no to the unhealthy food is progress. And while the diet wasn't exactly great this last week, it was still better than it has been. And when I say not great, what I mean is I'm still maintaining portion control. I'm just eating stuff that I wouldn't normally eat when I'm on a proper diet. So I think the key thing for this next week is to just try to get back on the proper diet. The walks are going great. I did more walking this week than any other week so far this year. But I have to be careful because I did notice towards the end of the week that pain building up in my knee. And I think if I stay where I am right now for the time being, that's kind of the sweet spot. When the knee went out back in the fall, I had gotten up to 4 miles a day, which I was pushing really hard to get there. And I think I might have worn it out a little bit. So right now I'm doing about a 3.5 mile walk. So a walk to the fairgrounds is just under a mile. And then when I do the big lap, that's just over a mile. And then I do the mini lap, which is about 0.4 miles. And then I walk home. So it is between 3.5 miles. And I think if I stay within that until at the very least I get the weight down more, I'll be in a much better shape with the knee. And then I can start to push harder to go longer distances and maybe take on some more challenges. But each week I'm getting a little bit better. And then March has seen significant progress. It's the March of progress. It's not half measure. It's not mediocre. It's progress. And progress is progress. And I need to remember that. As the weather improves, so will my mental state and my desire to push harder, to do better. I just got to be careful with that knee. But I think a lot of it is the cold that's messing with it. But anyway, one day at a time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, take care, and I'll see you later.